We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
My name is Johnny Bluestar, host of Inalienable and Free, a program dedicated to the citizen and human rights of people in the United States and the rest of the world. The name of this program is Creating a Political Base Part 2, and it's titled The Boundless Scapegoating of the Trump Administration. What does this mean? It means targeting certain minorities for causing grave problems facing a nation. By appealing to and expanding pre-existing bigotry in a certain demographic, one can often engineer the enthusiasm for an authoritarian leader. In fact, this kind of base can often have the appearance of a cult. Mainstream media has not been lost on the dangers of having a cult-like leader as president.
Folks, in the last 24 hours, we've seen multiple warnings from inside the Republican Party that President Trump isn't just overtaking the GOP. He's turning it into something that resembles a cult. All of a sudden, that word is starting to pop up more and more, and it's all coming from the right. Here's Republican Senator Bob Corker earlier today.
It's becoming a cultish thing, isn't it? It's not a good place for any party to end up with a cult-like situation as it relates to a president that happens to be purportedly of the same party.
Then there's Republican Congressman Mark Sanford. He's someone who has warned the party about becoming a cult of personality. He did show on this show, but his criticisms of the president just cost him his job. Sanford was defeated in his primary last night after the president told the base not to vote for him. Well, here's Sanford's warning to his party as he conceded the race last night.
What we're about as a nation is not being for or against one personality. Again, we're a nation of laws and not men, as the founding fathers said.
And here's what an ideological conservative commentator, Eric Erickson, said about Sanford's defeat. Quote, Mark Sanford losing in South Carolina is pretty much proof positive that the GOP is not really a conservative party that cares about limited government. It is now fully a cult of personality. There's that word again, folks. And if those warnings are right, Katie, bar the door. If enough Republican voters have a cult-like view of President Trump, or frankly, embrace his views of everybody else, ask yourself what that means for the guardrails of American democracy. It's Congress's job to act as a check on the president. But in the wake of Sanford's loss, this was the message from some Republicans.
Donald Trump's popularity with Republicans is unprecedented. So with all politics being local, if you're not on the same page as the president, and 85–90% of your base is, you can see where that could cause a problem.
Look, in my district, I got 70% of the vote in the general election. The president got 66. If we get in a fight, he probably keeps his 66 and I keep my 4.
I love that, Tom Cole. He'd keep his 4. He's probably right. Can you blame them for being worried? They've seen some of the most conservative voices, pure conservative voices, of sort of the definition pre-Trump, lose because of insufficient loyalty to Trump. And folks, if this is the president now, you have to now start thinking differently about the consequences of saying ousting Mueller, firing Rod Rosenstein, pardoning Michael Cohen, using the Justice Department to settle scores, limiting press freedoms, flexing your executive authority, you name it. Why would the Republican Party stand up against any of that if they see that standing up to him on just one thing can bring an end to your political career, no matter how truly old-school conservative you are, like Mark Sanford?
In this program, we continue to address the crude way that this administration targets multiple minorities to consolidate its base. If we ask ourselves the question, is there a Donald Trump cult of personality? Our answer is not only yes, but also how. Join us as we probe the strategy and psychology of scapegoating and how it is tarnishing our core values as a nation and potential value as a leader of the free world.